You're trying to build a home workout routine that actually sticks, something that fits in your living room, won't chew up your budget, and feels solid enough to keep you coming back day after day. The fear most of us have is ending up with a piece of equipment that looks impressive on paper but turns into a dusty corner piece because it's either too finicky, too bulky, or just doesn't match the way we actually train. That's why I'm taking a hard look at the Speediance Gym Monster Bundle before you hit add to cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, what you're getting with this bundle is a combination of 4 things: a rowing bench that doubles as a compact rowing machine, a pair of PowerGrip smart handles that claim to feed data back to an app, a weightlifting belt with built-in sensors, and a smart body fat scale that syncs everything to the Speediance app. It's marketed as a smart home gym that uses AI to personalize your training and promises up to 220 pounds of digital resistance. That's a lot of tech in a relatively small footprint, and the question is whether the integration actually makes life easier or just adds another layer of complexity. Let's start with the setup. Unboxing the bundle feels like you're assembling a small piece of furniture rather than pulling out a dumbbell. The rowing bench arrives in a single box, and the instructions are laid out in a step-by-step diagram that assumes you have a basic power outlet and a stable floor. You'll need about 15 minutes to get the bench upright, attach the resistance cables, and clip the PowerGrip handles onto the rail. The belt is essentially a strap with a small sensor module that slides under the leather, and the scale just needs to be placed on a flat surface. No drilling, no wall mounts, and the whole thing fits in a corner of a typical apartment. If you're someone who hates a big assembly day, this is a plus. Now, daily usability. The rowing motion on the bench is smooth enough for a beginner to feel comfortable, but it's the digital resistance that changes the game. Instead of a heavy flywheel, the machine uses electromagnetic resistance that you set through the app. In practice, you can increase the load with a tap on your phone, and the machine adjusts in real time. For people who do interval training or want to gradually increase intensity, that's a neat feature. The PowerGrip handles have pressure sensors that feed your stroke force and cadence back to the app, giving you a rough estimate of power output. I tried a 20-minute session where the app suggested a target stroke rate of 28 strokes per minute. The handles vibrated gently when I dropped below that threshold, nudging me back on track. It's not a replacement for a professional rowing monitor, but it's a helpful reminder if you tend to drift off pace. The weightlifting belt is where the smart claim feels a little thin. It tracks your torso angle and can log the weight you're lifting if you input it manually, but there's no automatic detection of load. The sensor is mostly for posture feedback. If you round your back during a deadlift, the app sends a push notification saying keep a neutral spine. For beginners who are still learning form, that can be valuable. Experienced lifters might find it unnecessary, especially since you still have to enter the weight yourself. The scale, on the other hand, does a decent job of syncing weight, body fat, and skeletal muscle estimates to the same dashboard, so you can see a day-to-day trend without juggling multiple apps. Who should buy this? If you're a home gym starter who wants a single piece of equipment that covers cardio, strength, and data tracking without needing a full-size rowing machine, a set of dumbbells, and a separate smart scale, the Speediance bundle hits a sweet spot. It's especially appealing if you live in a small space and appreciate the ability to store everything in a compact footprint. The AI-driven workout suggestions are geared toward people who like guidance. Think of it as a virtual coach that nudges you based on the data it collects. If you enjoy setting goals, watching progress charts, and appreciate a bit of tech-driven accountability, you'll feel at home. Who should skip it? First, anyone who already has a serious rowing machine or a high-end strength training setup will likely find the 220-pound digital resistance limiting. Powerlifters or serious athletes who need precise load increments above that threshold will feel shortchanged. Also, if you're a tech-averse person who prefers to keep training simple, just a barbell and a set of plates, the added apps and sensor syncing might feel more like a chore than a benefit. Finally, if you're looking for a fully automated weight detection system, the belt's manual entry requirement could be a deal-breaker. Let's talk about the practical strengths. The biggest win is the space-saving design. You can tuck the rowing bench against a wall, roll the belt into a drawer, and the scale slides under it. In